So in today's class, we are going to discuss about combinational circuit, and one of them is multiplexer while other is demultiplexer. So we are using this circuit quite often in our day-to-day life, but we don't know that this is multiplexer and demultiplexer. So now onwards, whenever you see such application in your life, you will know that this is your multiplexer and this is your demultiplexer. So let's discuss this thing in detail. So you are having only one audio system at your home, but you are having plenty of applications. You are having your MP3 player connected to this, your laptop connected to that, your TV connected to that, your digital cable TV to connected to that. But at a time, only one of them can be played on the sound system, because you cannot have four sound systems. The reason for that is if you are staying in a cities like Bombay, houses are very small, and if you keep five music systems, they will occupy so much space. So best thing is you are having only one music system or sound system, and you can select any of them using the particular key. So this is one of the application of your multiplexer, that you are having multiple sources and you will have a selector. This is your selector. So 00 means this will be selected, 01 means this will be selected, 10 means this will be selected, and 11 means this will be selected using the press of buttons. So button can be knobs, or it can be push button, or it can be something using remote. So based on that, you have a particular your sound being routed to this music system. So multiplexer basically means you are having many data inputs and you are having only one output on which it can be source. So it means many into one. Now I will be showing you in next slide some other aspects of multiplexer. So here you can see by selecting the particular switch. Suppose you select a switch A, this is multiplexer, and this will be routed onto this. So this is the half portion, and this is uh, the what we can say. This is P so portion. This is Q portion, and what you are actually doing, you are having number of data sources. Let them be telephone. So we are having five people who want to speak, but we are having only one line that can be used for making or receiving the call. So if this particular person selects this line, then all other will be idle. They cannot use this. Similarly, at the output, if call is there and it can be terminated on to any one point, then this can be done using some selection line. So this is demultiplexer. And why we actually do? Because we are having a resources problem. You cannot have, suppose 1 lakh people live in a town A and their relatives live in town B. Let it be 10,000. So if they want to call 10,000 people, so there it is not possible that 10,000 lines can be laid down, because based on probability we know that only 100 will call at a particular time. So what actually happens? 100 will be calling and remaining 9,900 people are in waiting state. So that's why the reason is that from 8:30 to 9:30 in the evening, we are having congestion. This is called congestion. That means your resources are being occupied and you don't have any resources. So you will find out various signals given by your telecom companies, that line is busy, something like that. and you are unable to make calls. But in telecom communication, channels are more, and there are alternative things. These days, they are using data for calls. So then it is a different thing. But the basic thing is this multiplexing. We are using the same channel on the basis of priority by a particular thing. So I hope you get some idea about multiplexer. And demultiplexer is you are receiving them, and then you have to route that signal to the particular user. So this is just the basic definition of your multiplexer and demultiplexer. Now we are going to discuss about this in detail, that how we are actually uh, accomplishing this. So multiplexers are basically called data selectors, and this term means many into one. That means you are having many inputs, and out of them one can be selected. Then multiplexing is basically the process of transmitting a large number of information over a single line. So how you are doing? You are having various users being connected, having different data, but single line is there. So you give priority to one line, then second, third, fourth, fifth. So then data is being transmitted. The next is your digital, because the multiplexer can be analog. In the conventional days, if you watch the movies in 80s and all, their operator is sitting, and you want that I want to get a call to this number, then they have to manually connect it. So that's the reason things becomes digital now. So in digital multiplexer, what actually it is a combination circuit that select on one digital information from several sources and transmit the selected information on a single output line. That means you are having a several sources as being shown to you people here. So at a time, one is being transmitted to a particular location. So transmission is being done using this line, and then receiver is being done using demux. So a multiplexer is also called data selector. So multiplexer has several data input lines and single output line. So this is just things regarding multiplexer. Now this is the diagram for your multiplexer. So here you can see this is your data which you actually want to transmit, and these are your selection lines. So selection lines are two, S0 and S1. So on the basis of digital knowledge, what you are having right now, so two lines are there, so four variables, four number of combinations are there, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. So 0, 0 means this will be transmitted, 0, 1, this will be transmitted, 1, 0, this will be transmitted, and 1, 1, this will be transmitted. And this is your output. So whatever you are actually selecting, that will be transmitted to the output. So other has to wait for a particular moment. So that's about your multiplexer. So what are the various components of multiplexers? It is having data input, it is having selection line, it is having single output. So suppose you are having 8 data lines, then how many selection lines will be there? So 2 raised to power m is equal to 8. So m is equal to 3. So you are having 3 selection lines. So selection lines will be related to the number of data inputs. So suppose you are having 4 selection lines. So how many data inputs can be there? 16 input lines are there. So there are several things which we will discuss in due course of time, that what is inside multiplexer, how it is being actually covered, because this is just again a black box sort of thing. That means you know that this is your input, this is your output, these are your selection lines, but we don't know what is inside this. So that circuitry will be revealed to you in the due course of time, that what is actually inside the multiplexer. So as a black box, we can say that this is your multiplexer. Here you are having data inputs, this is your output, and these are your selection lines. So now this is your 4:1 multiplexer. Why it is called 4:1 multiplexer? Basically, we will using the term n:1 multiplexer, where when I'm using the term n, it means number of input lines, and S0 and S1 are your selection lines. Then Z is your output. So how you are actually selecting the output? That's again an issue, because again this is a black box. But the rough idea says that if you create a truth table and all, then you get a very good understanding of the things. So here you can see this is the logic diagram for your 4:1 multiplexer. That means these are your selection lines A and B. So we can be using like this. So B is your MSB. So it can be written as S1 and S0. Or if you're fine with A and B, you can use this. These are your data lines D0, D1, D2, and D3. This is your output. So four number of AND gates are there. So D0 is the data. So in the first case, when this is 0, this is 0. B is 0, A is 0. So when B is 0, A is 0. So you are adding inverter. So here you are giving it B bar and A bar. So when both are 0, so this line is high, this line is high. So whatever you are having at the data D0 will be available at this particular moment. Next case is 0 and 1. So here you are saying this is B bar and this is your A. This is your B. This is your A bar. And last, this is your B. This is your A. So your output is actually, suppose Y is your output. So the first case for D0, it is B bar, A bar into D0. Second case is B bar A into D1. Third case is B A bar into D2 plus B into A into D3. So out of them, only one is available. Suppose you are having 1 0 as input. So 1 0 means 0 1. So if to AND gate, if any of the input is 0, output will be 0. This is 0 1. Again, this is 0. That's all. Then this is your 1 1 and D2. This is 1 0 and D3. So this will be taken out of the picture. This will be taken out of the picture. This will be taken out of the picture. And you are only getting this as the output. So your particular output will be transmitted if and only if B and this is high. So how this can be high? That is the entire thing your designing is to be done. So here, to make this 1, you are applying the inverted input like this. In the second case, you are applying B bar into A. In the third case, you are applying B into A bar. In the third case, you are applying B into A. And why we are doing this entire exercise? Because we are using the AND gate. So AND gate is being used, and then followed by that, all the inputs are being combined to the OR gate, and you're getting output here. But at a moment, only one is being there. So this is all about your multiplexer. So suppose I want you people to say that design a 2:1 multiplexer. So that is quite easy. So 2:1 multiplexer, that means how many inputs are there? 2 inputs are there. Okay. And how many selection lines are there? One selection line is there, because selection lines are being decided by 2 raised to power m is equal to n, where n are number of inputs, n is equal to number of inputs, and m is actually your selection lines. So here number of inputs are 2. So 2 raised to power m is equal to 2. So m comes out to be 1. So this is number of selection lines. So this is your output. Output is 1. So this is your data D0. This is your data D1. So when S0 is equal to 0, D0 is there at the output. And when S0 is equal to 1, D1 is available at the output. Now if I ask you to make a 4 is to 1 mux using 2 is to 1. Then how you are actually going to do that? So the first thing you're supposed to do is so here you can see 4 inputs are there. So I will using D0, D1, D2 and D3. Okay. Now this is my selection line. So this is, say this is S0, this is S1. Okay. So you are getting output either of these two. Okay. So suppose what are the combinations using S0 and S1? So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Okay. So suppose you will be using 1, 1. So that means D1 will be selected and D3 will be selected. So then at the output, again, you need one more multiplexer here. This is your, so this is your S0, S1, sorry. So this gives you S0, both of them, and this gives you S1. So S0 means this will be selected, and S1 means this will be selected. And either of these, to suppose S0 is equal to 1, S0 is equal to 1, this one. So this will be selected, this will be selected. But out of these two, only one is to be selected. So here you can say S1 is equal to 1. So then that means this will be selected. If S1 is equal to 0, this will be selected and you're getting this at the output. So this is just a rough idea to you people. And I want you people to try 8 is to 1 mux using 4 is to 1. And I will discuss this solution in the coming classes. So now coming towards the demultiplexer. So the demultiplexer is just opposite to the multiplexer. Here your input is 1, outputs are plenty. So only one input line is to be routed to the output. Okay, one is to be routed to the particular output. Otherwise, you are not getting any sort of output. So demultiplexer means one to many. Multiplexer means many to one. Demultiplexer means one to many. So this is the another thing. Then next thing that is important is demultiplexer is circuit with one input and many output. And how you are actually doing it? We are doing with the help of control signal. And normally we use the term selection line for this. So few types of multiplexers are 1 is to 2, 1 is to 4, 1 is to 8, 1 is to 16. So it is the reverse of multiplexer. So in multiplexer, you are using 4 is to 1, 8 is to 1, 16 is to 1. Here it is the opposite. 1 is to 2, 1 is to 4. That means one input is there and so many outputs are there. So you are going to route it by using some selection lines. So demultiplexer, basically we can say it is the process of taking information from one input and transmitting the same over one of the several outputs. So what you are actually doing, you are having the input and you are actually routing it to the particular output with the help of selection lines. So this is what you are actually doing. You are having one computer and you are having laser printer, fax machine, inkjet printer, pen plotter, so many things are there. So, but at a time, computer can do only one task. Computer can do only one task. So this is your input. This is your selector. And this is your multiple destination. These are your multiple destinations. So out of them, suppose your call is there, but call is to be transmitted only to the particular person. You might have seen in the banks that intercom is there. In society, intercom is there. So call is coming from the outside and it can be routed to a particular house. So this is being done by the help of operator or can be done automatically. Similarly in computer, You are having a computer and you will select a particular thing. Either you are going to use black and white printer, or you are using color printer, or you are going to use fax machine or this. So that is being done with the help of this selection line. So that is demultiplexer, opposite of multiplexer. So here you can see demultiplexer. So it is basically a digital switch in which you are having single input and multiple outputs, and this can be done with the help of your selection lines. And demux are of various types. 1:2 with one selection line or select line, 1:4, two select lines, 1:8, three select lines, and 1:16, four select lines. Now this is the block diagram of your demultiplexer. Here you can see this is your input, and these are your outputs, and these are your selection lines. So on the basis of selection lines, you can have number of outputs. Suppose if I say I am having 10 outputs. So how many selection lines will be there? 4 will be there. Remaining will not be used, but 4 number of selection lines are there. So this is just a general description of your demultiplexer. Now the coming towards the logic diagram. So here you can see this is your data that we can say input, and now we want to route it to the particular output. So the criteria remains same. Here you can see the selection line is 0, 0. So when selection line is 0, 0, so AND gate is there. So AND gate is there. So AND gate operates when all the inputs are 1. So these are the selection lines. You have added an inverter, or we can say NOT gate, and this becomes 1. So when this is 0, this is 0, this becomes 1, and your input is actually being available at the terminal D naught. Similarly, if you are having 0, 1, here you can see cross is there. That means that particular pin is giving you the data from the previous state. And what is your data? Your data is X. Okay. Now, second is 0, 1. 0, 1 means this B bar is actually there, and your A is there. So 0, 1. So this becomes 1, 1, and your now data is available at this. Similarly, if it is 1, 0, data is available at this, and if it is 1, 1, so here you can see this. So your data is available at this particular thing. So this is how your demux operates. So you can actually write the things, understand the things, and they are having several applications in your day-to-day life. We will be also doing these practicals in the labs, and also we will be discussing some of the numericals based on multiplexer and demultiplexer in the coming classes. So if you are having any doubt in this context, now the discussion is open, and you can discuss with me